And we're back. Alright, as you can see, we're still inside the farm map. So we're gonna go ahead and duck out of here real quick like. Yes, I'm sure I wanna quit. Okay. And we can see that in the intervening time, I'm now level 25. So we're gonna go level up real quickly. And we're gonna do the same thing that we did the first stream before I actually get to the build is we're gonna run our little task force check. Hello, Luminary. Train up to a new level of power. Train up. And we're just gonna kind of fill in some generic slots here. Just to get things going, because I'm gonna change these anyways. Okay. We're now leveled up 25, so we should be able to talk to Citadel here. We can. Agree to form a task force, accept challenge settings, and we're heading over to Independent Port. Now, knowing my luck, this is going to be the north end of Independent Port. Probably would have been better off using a team transporter, but uh, we'll go it a long way. Mostly because it's late. And I really should. Ooh, lost that bet. Okay, how close are we? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. There's now a train station down there. Uh, but to wait on the train and just probably, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Jumping out my back door. I think this is the longest I've ever run a character with the default animations, or at least on travel powers. So the pink and purple effect was not intentionally uh, added. It doesn't look half bad. Clashes with the color scheme, but I've done worse. I've done better, but I've done worse. Alright, inside the mission map. And creep forward. And here's our first enemies. And they are conning level 24. So, Citadel Task Force, at least, is behaving as expected. Alright, so let's go check our LFG teleporter here, task force, and see we can now do a Sutter. So we're gonna. Why did I just do that? Sutter's in this zone. Agree to form a task force, accept current settings, investigate the Praetorian ref. Inside a ship, and here's our first enemy. And he is conning level 25, so Sutter Task Force, conning as expected. Okay, what else do we got within this range? I think we can go look at. Alright, Moonfire. Starts 23 to 28. I'm at 25, so I'm beneath the level cap. So we'll go check Moonfire. This is called not paying attention to what you have checked. Let's uncheck Admiral Sutter. Recue. I'll recuse myself. Excuse myself. Again, this is another one I could have just jumped it. There she is. Moonfire, agree to form a task force. Alright, real quick while I'm here. The Moonfire Task Force is one of the best places in game to rack up werewolves, as these thingies here, council enemies, and vampires, also council enemies. These are needed for one of the accolade badges. Uh, olden days, you would see teams sweeping Strega to get the defeats for those badges. And just to kind of demonstrate here, well, I'm really not sure I want to do this, but we're going to change our team size to size 8. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's a good thing I'm not intending on actually running this task force. Okay, Moonfire, I'm level 25. And you see we have a whole mess of enemies, and they are also conning level 25. So, Moonfire conning as expected. So we can quit this task force. And we're going to change it back. Now, something I said on an earlier stream, and it applies here, is that when you start default, your character is set to 0 level, 0 team. And you can only take it later to 0x1. Okay. So we'll unclick Moonfire, and the one we haven't checked has been Renault. Renault. Renault? I'm not sure how the car manufacturer would feel about me suggesting that they're a jalopy. At least they ain't a Yugo. Alright. Operative Renault. Agree to form a task force. Accept current challenge settings. Alright, we are level 25, and the Renault task force is 25 to 30. So we're looking for enemies that are spawning at level 25. We are back to, as you can see now, it says X1. I'm pretty sure that even if I visit the notoriety agents, oh, what did he say that 3 times quickly? Pretty sure that if I went and visited one of them, I can't set it any lower than 1. So once you change it away from 0x0, it's, that's what you got. Although some would argue that 0x0 and 0x1 are exactly the same. I'm not so sure on that, simply because there's some weird complicating. Whoa. Uh-huh. So, Reno is conning at max level. So we've got Synapse, we've got Silver Mantis, and we got Reno all conning at max level for the task force instead of conning at the team leader's level. Good to know. Alright, now that we've got that little chore out of the way, let's head back to Talos. Oh, another thing while I'm here. These guys, Hellfroth, they're also useful for a badge. And this is one of those, going back to earlier, in the earlier stream when I was in Pocket D and I was talking about justifying your character's reason for going and becoming a vigilante or becoming a rogue or turning villain for a little while, even if it's not within their character personality. Let's say you take a true blue superhero's gonna save the day, make Superman look like Hmm, not really a good example considering the game that I'm playing. Uh, and this is a pretty prime example of where determining how you're going to role play your own character really makes a difference. These Hellfrosts are Circle of Thorns. They're obviously demons of some variety. Any true blue hero would certainly be justified in removing this threat to the populace. Well, if you know that the biggest place that these guys spawn is over on the villain side, and the only way you can get a passport to not be questioned by local authorities is to pretend to be one of the, well, regulars around the docks, if you know what I mean. Wow, this just turned into a Who's Line sketch. Uh, then you'd have a pretty good reason, an actual reason for your true blue character to say, I've got to pass as a villain for a little while because I gotta go take care of this problem. I need to show somebody that have in fact fought this X number of demons. And the best place to go fight them is in their home territory. When you have that kind of motivation, even a true blue, dyed in the wool, gonna save everybody on the planet no matter what it takes superhero type, even they can find themselves in a position where they'd go, you know what, I'll do that shady action. And that's the advantage of having a character like Null to Goal in a game like this, because it gives you the option to say that you are an alignment without actually having to do anything that breaks your actual alignment. If your actual alignment is you are never going to throw a punch against someone defining as a hero, well, null's your way to get around and go do the tasks you need to do. And the question could be raised theoretically. Would a true blue superhero, dot in the wool, gonna save everybody, would they be the type to lie? Well, yeah. Yes. The answer is yes. The thing is, even if you have a moral compass, a strong ethical whatever you want to call it, if you have a strong desire to always do the right thing, that really lends itself towards an end justifies the means mentality, where in order to accomplish X amount of good, you may have to perform X action that you really don't want to do. But which is the worst option? What results in the greater loss of life? And that's one of the factors that role players, an actual role player, somebody who's actually playing their character, they'll have that thought process. They'll run through that. What are my character's motivations? Why will my character do this? Is my character facing a hard question? All right. Now, I need to get back to Talos because that's where the farm is at. So, enough piddle prating about role playing and being an effective role player. And part of it is world building. I've been watching a channel called Shadiversity recently, and Shad is very, very big on world building, on the little details that make up why your world exists, how the economics work, how everything actually functions. All of that is really important. And if you are such a hardcore role player that you can't find a way for your character to do something that they need to do, you're not much of a role player. Yeah, I realize we're getting kind of into the ranty territory, so uh, since this has basically been a whirlwind, we're gonna kind of just cut it there for tonight. We'll come back and we'll work on the build some other time.